Okay, hi girls. So what we're going to do first is just go over what we did on patterns the last day we were in school. So we're on chapter 10, which is page 276, and we're looking at patterns. So when we're given a pattern, we look and we see what's the difference between each number. So here it's a +2, here it's a +2, here it's a +2. So then if I was to look for the next two numbers in the sequence, I'd +2 to get me 10, and I'd +2 to get me 12. Okay. Sometimes a pattern is going to be multiplying by a number as opposed to adding a number, or it can be subtracting a number. So this one, for example, 3, 9, 27. So if you look, the difference between these is 6, and then the difference between 27 and 9 isn't 6. So you know it's not going to be adding the same thing or taking away the same thing. So then you need to look at, is it multiplying? So what would I multiply 3 by to get 9? And the answer is 3. And if I multiply 9 by 3, I get 27. So then you continue on. You multiply by 3 to get the next term. Then we had looked at when we were given a Tn. So Tn is equal to 2n plus 3. This is what is called our general term. So if I wanted to find the first term, I'd put in n is equal to 1. So 2 times 1 plus 3 is 5. So the first term is 5. The second term I put in n is 2. The next term is 7. The third term I put in n is equal to 3. And then if I wanted T100 or any other term, I just put in n as whatever the term number is, so 203. Okay, so that's all we had done. Previously. So some of the homework you had was questions, so exercise 10.1 questions 1 to 5 and exercise 10.2 questions 1 to 5. So let me just do a couple of these just to make sure that you're happy with them. Okay, so exercise 10.1 question 1 part 7. So we've 20, 18, 16, and the question says write down the next 3 terms and explain how the sequence is found. So how do I get from 20 to 18? I take away 2. How do I get from 18 to 16? I take away 2. So I take away 2, I'm left with 14. I take away 2, I'm left with 12. I take away 2, I'm left with 10. Okay, how did I get it? Take away or minus 2 each from each term. Okay. If we try question 1 part 6, 16, 8, 4. Okay, so if I was taking away, that's a difference of 8, that's a difference of 4, so it's not taking away. So the numbers are getting smaller, so instead of multiplying I might be dividing by something. So what would I divide 16 by to get 8? And the answer is 2. Okay, if I divide 8 by 2, do I get 4? Yes, I do. So then if I divide 4 by 2, I get 2. If I divide 2 by 2, I get 1. And if I divide but 1 by 2, I get a half. So you're dividing by 2 each time. Alright. Okay, so question 1 says, for each of the following rules, write down the first 3 terms of the sequence. So the first one is n plus 4. So when n is equal to 1, we have 1 plus 4, which is 5. Then when n is equal to 2, we have 2 plus 4, which is 6. And when n is equal to 3, we have 3 plus 4, which is 7. In question 2, in each of the following sequences, the nth term Tn is given. Write down the first 4 terms. So again, Tn is equal to 3n is part 1. So T1 is 3 times 1, which is 3. T2 is 3 times 2, which is 6. T3 is equal to 3 times 3, which is 9. So write down the first 4. So go once more, T4, and you're done. Okay, question 3 is similar. Question 4, write down the first 3 terms. Question 5 is just asking you to find terms again. So that's all. Should be okay. If you have any problems, then let me know. So what we're going to do now is look at section 10.3, sequences from shapes. Okay, so okay, so we're given a pattern or a design, and we're given the first 5 patterns or designs. And the first thing they want us to do is copy and complete the table. So design number 1, how many counters is there? There's 1. In design number 2, how many counters is there? There's 3. In design 3, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In design 4, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in design 5, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so how many counters are in the 6th design? Okay, so if we look, we've 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So the pattern is I'm going up in 2. This is plus 2. This is plus 2, this is plus 2, and this is plus 2. So the 6th one is going to be 11. Okay, so your answer is 11. How many counters are needed to make the 15th design? So here we're going to look at the formula Tn. Alright, so in your logbooks there's a formula for arithmetic sequences. Okay, and it says, Tn, which is our general formula, is A plus n minus 1 times D. A is equal to the first term, and D is equal to the common difference. Okay, so in this question, our first term is 1, because the first term in the sequence is 1. Our common difference is 2, because that's what's happening each time we're adding 2. So then it's just a matter of filling it in. So Tn is equal to 1 plus n minus 1 times 2. Now you're going to end up with an n in this because it's our general term. So what you do is you multiply 2 by n, which gives you 2n, and 2 by minus 1, which gives you minus 2. Now we can't put 2n and the numbers together, but we can put the numbers together. So we can say it's 2n, 1 minus 2 gives me minus 1. So my answer is Tn equals 2n minus 1. And what that is the general form. So what that means is that for any n now I can find what that term number is. So if I put in T1, I get 1. If I put in T2, I get 3. If I put in T3, I get 5. If I put in T4, I get 7. If I put in T5, I get 9. Okay, so A is 1, so instead of A I put in 1. D is 2, so instead of D I put in 2. Alright, and I tidy it up. So I just multiply 2 by n, 2 by minus 1. Then the 2n goes here, and the 1 and the minus 2 gives me minus 1. So they wanted T15. So part 3 said find how many counters in the 15th design. So it's 2 times 15 minus 1, which leaves me with 29 counters. Okay. So we're going to stop there for today. So we're looking then at exercise 10.3. So a pattern of triangles is built up from matchsticks. Draw the 5th set of triangles in the prism. So if you're asked to draw them, what you do is you start off by drawing the first one, and then you add to it to draw the next one. So here is my starting triangle. So that's my starting triangle, and I put one here and one here. Okay, then to go from here to here, what do I do? So there's my starting triangle. These are the 2 I added on, and then I add on these 2. So then to get from here to here, this is my start. I added these, and then I added these. So the next 2 are going to, so each time I'm adding 2 matchsticks. So the first 2 I added were here, the next 2, the next 2, so the next 2 are going to be here, because I'm forming triangles this way up and upside down. Okay, write down the sequence of numbers generated by the matchsticks in the first 6 patterns. So you're just going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Find an expression for n for the number of matches in the nth set of triangles. So that's your Tn. So give it a go. I can go over it again tomorrow. Do what you can of the questions I'm going to set. If you can't find the Tn, let me know and we'll go over it more in depth for tomorrow. Okay, so we'll try exercise 10.3 on page 282, questions 1 to 5. Okay, talk to you later.